Friday Football Fever, sponsored by GTCC and Shift Ed.
Welcome into Friday Football Fever, part 2 of this week, but maybe this is the real one.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a double dip of high school football here in the Triad.
As you know, weather moved most of our games to last night.
Yeah, but many stayed today as scheduled.
We'll start out with Paige at Grimsley. Tonight's big matchup at Davidson Stadium was delayed 30 minutes for hail. Take a look at these pictures. You can see the field is covered from today's storm.
Wow.
When they came through the Triad, it almost looks like it snowed there. Well, as for the game, Mitchell Summers takes the pitch, weaving through the defense and finds the end zone. Paige's Anthony Heel gets in the backfield here and brings down Summers for the loss. But hey, this is not stop Grimsley. Terrell Anderson on the carry, and he gets to the outside, makes the defender miss.
Ooh, nice touch.
And gets in for the Whirlies touchdown. Grimsley takes the 21-0 lead. Whirlies get defensive as Canyon Hatcher comes up with a big time tackle for loss. Summers at it again, and he goes 20 yards for his third touchdown of the half. And later on, stays on Brandon. This time he throws it up, and Alex Taylor comes down with this grab in double coverage there for the touchdown. So many good players on this team. Grimsley wins at 54-0. Whirlies now 9-0.
In our GTCC game of the week between Southern Alamance and Eastern Alamance, it went down last night in Mebane. And it's the Patriots getting on the board first as Logan Faust punches it in for the short yardage touchdown and a 7-point lead. But the Eagles defense would respond as Zephaniah Gaddis, he picks off the pass and he has his eyes on the goal line and he is gone. That's a pick 6 for Eastern Alamance. And here come the Patriots once again, and it's Faust once again. He gets it, he scores, doing what he does. The last touchdown of the game at Southern, they go on to win this one 14-7.
Eastern Guilford continued mid-state 3A play against Smith. A few plays into the game here. Smith fumbles the ball. Shaheem Pearson recovering this. The Wildcats in great position now for their first time on offense tonight. Jackson Jones finding Adrian Solomon Jr. for the first score of the game. Wildcats up 7-0. The Golden Eagles with a chance to redeem themselves here. Cameron Hatchell looking for an open man. Found one.
Wrong one.
He's just the wrong one. Stephen Murray with the pick, eventually setting up this play. Jackson handing it off to Caleb Creech up the middle for the score. Wildcats up 14-0. You can see where this game is going. Eastern Guilford wins it 42-0.
And now we're off to Cushwa Stadium for a conference battle between Thomasville and East Davidson. And we start with the Golden Eagle defense swarming in the backfield for the big-time tackle for a loss, forcing a turnover on downs. However, the Bulldogs, they would get it back on the next possession. And it's Keyshawn Carpenter on the zone read. He hits the edge, turns on the gas, and he burns his way up the sideline for the first touchdown of the night. And he was just getting warmed up. 7-0 Thomasville after an East Davidson 3-and-out. It's Kevin Robinson shrugging off defenders as he fights his way into the end zone. And from that point on, it's all Thomasville. We even get a touchdown for the big fella. It's Charles Norman at tight end.
Woo.
Look at the big boy Boogie. Look at him. I love the touchdown celebration too. Thomasville, they win it 54-22.
North Forsyth made the trip up to Eden for a matchup with Morehead tonight. Morehead's defense stepping up early. Here it is, chasing Victor Wingate out of the pocket. Then Britton Barnes comes up with the interception there. It wouldn't lead to any points, however. We were scoreless at the half. What is this, a soccer game? Now to the third quarter, North Forsyth's Lewis Green takes the handoff and finds the end zone for the Vikings. They were on the board first, 7-0 North Forsyth. They weren't done either. Later on, North Forsyth with the ball again. Wingate rolls out and finds Trevion Bell for another Vikings touchdown. And that's all she wrote. North Forsyth wins at 14-0.
Bishop McGinness was at home tonight taking on Winston-Salem Prep. In the third quarter, Alex Waterfield throws a deep pass over to Aiden Martin. Woo, right there. He goes right on in. And then Waterfield with the 1-yard touchdown run. Look at that. Look at him go. Then Bishop McGinness pretty much up 38-0. Winston-Salem Prep, Tayron Shepard with a nice run, weaving through the defense. Shepard's pass then ends up being tipped and intercepted by Isaac Ross. Here it is, coming up in just a second. Right there, Bishop McGinness ends up winning it 45-0.
Now I made the trip out to Jamestown as Ragdale kicked off with their rival Southwest Guilford. And this was my second stop of the night. And as soon as I hit the sideline, it's Cale Lloyd dialing up the big ball for the most dynamic player on the Cowboys roster. And check it out, it's Corbin Wilson. And watch Wilson work. The senior makes a catch and then proceeds to carve his way through the Tigers defense and finds himself in the end zone. It's Lloyd to Wilson for the 90-yard touchdown pass. Now tying it up at 13. After the Ragdale punt, the Cowboys moving, but that ball is loose and recovered by Marquise Varner-James for Ragdale. Now going the other way, it's Garrett Weldner catching the swing pass and picking up a nice first down for Ragdale, but no points for the Tigers. And finally, in Jamestown, look at it. It's over Southwest. They win it 33-19.
Atkins wrapped up its home schedule tonight against High Point Central. First quarter here, 4th down. High Point Central's Devin Clark, he's stuck. He can't go anywhere, and that is a turnover on downs. Big stop for the Campbells there. Elijah Elliott taking the handoff. DJ Shaw taking him down, losing yards on this play. The Bison defense came to play too, but this time Zaire Friend picking up 15 yards on the ground, and then Cadence Watson taking the handoff and getting right across the goal line, a 41-yard touchdown run. Atkins goes up 7-0, going on to win this one 14-0.
Another fever, another big highlight for our Shift Ed Play of the Week. This one comes to us courtesy of Dudley's Sofian Amaru. The Panthers senior scoops up the punt in last night's game against Southern Guilford, and just watch. He follows his blockers and takes it down the sideline untouched for the touchdown. That's our Friday Football Fever Shift Ed Play of the Week.
10 weeks down, only one left in the high school football regular season. We've got 4-game conference championship deciding matchups in the running for our next GTCC game of the week. Head to our website, WFMYnews2.com, to cast your vote. Of course, voting ends Wednesday afternoon at 5 p.m.
Okay, so how you feeling now that you had 2 Friday Football Fever? Well, a Thursday Football Fever and a Friday Football Fever.
2 nights of football, we love it.
The kick-around football, right?
Right, yeah, that was a good time. And the weather, how was the weather out there?
It just was a little bit cold.
Yeah, it's starting to get chilly.
I warned you, though.
I
warned you.
Last couple weeks of the season. That's to be expected.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thanks for joining us. Have a good weekend.
Friday Football Fever, sponsored by GTCC and Shift Ed.